This evening, suicide, truancy, and domestic violence is on the rise in Berbice. GAU blames estate closures. Police inspector dies in auto accident. Ministry of Education takes a step into the 21st century. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, citizens warned to avoid mud volcano. And internationally, Cyclone Gita pummels the Pacific island nation of Tonga.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Wednesday, February the 14th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. A GT&T repairman is now hospitalized after an injury on the job. Wendell Jeffrey has more in this report.
David Kunath, a repairman with the GT&T company, was severely shocked before he fell off his ladder from about 50 feet. Reports are that the technician was working earlier today on repairing a telephone line when he or his ladder came into contact with a GPL electrical transformer. A security guard in the area spoke with Channel 2 Headline News.
The man was talking to me, right, concerning our line. And he left to go up to the post. I talked to my manager, I said, man, I can talk to you concerning this line, right? She said, talk to you. So I put on the phone with she, and I see going up, right? But me really can't, when I go back in the yard, I hear bottom, and like a lightning come, right? And when it's lightning, like, like lightning, and then you're hearing this, boom, that was it. When he fall down, that was it.
Was he conscious?
Yeah, he was conscious. No, he was groaning, and smoke was coming out of his body. Smoke. And he was breathing from one side.
About how old he was?
Yeah, like 40 something, but 42 or so.
Did he have on any gloves and stuff?
Well, I didn't check all of that, I know he had on his helmet when he was going up. He had on his helmet.
Was he with a vehicle when he came?
Yes, he came with a vehicle by himself.
Oh, he was by himself?
Yes, he was by himself.
Okay. All right. About what time that happened?
So like 8:45, around 8:45. 8:40 around the time.
Who picked him up off the ground?
Well, I didn't really see that, because I was so confused. Because all the place, when this lightning happened, this thing go boom, and the whole place shut down. So I wanted to get to our head office and let them know that, well, we don't have current here, but eventually the generator kick in.
Okay. So you don't know who picked him up?
No, I didn't know. I know people was trying to help him out in the smoke off his body, the fire off his body. They had a gentleman from the ministry, one of the ministry, I don't know from Miss ministry. Then a nurse, I was going for the white bucket I have in there to out the fire, and then the woman said, oh, no water. You can't throw no water upon him. I should rush it back, take up in the car, and then she run across him. You understand? And people try, a man passing the motorbike, he take off his jersey and try covering it down. It was smoking, and then he was groaning. I was sorry for me if he eat my food properly. How I feel this thing for this man. And I just talked to this man, Just talked to him concerning the line.
When Channel 2 Headline News arrived on the scene, the blood stain was still on the road, indicating where Kunath fell. GT&T has since confirmed that David Kunath is indeed one of their workers. Up to press time, Kunath was listed in critical condition at the Georgetown Public Hospital's intensive care unit.
Nobody go up, but I don't know what take place up top there. I can't see. All I hear is bam, and I bust this door, I tell them call the ambulance. And the police over there come out and he called the police. The police come shortly after, and then the ambulance come shortly after. And that was it.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The ongoing police operation on the Soesdijk-Linden Highway has yielded even more positive results. Bibi Bacchus brings us the details in this report.
2 more persons were arrested and another 4 suspected stolen vehicles seized last night. Acting on information, ranks proceeded to a location at the Yarrow Cabra and found a black Primo, registration number PMM 6979, which is suspected to be stolen. Shortly after, the team went to another location in Yarrow Cabra and arrested a 39-year-old taxi driver. He had 2 dirt bikes that are suspected to have been stolen on his premises. As search continues, a 22-year-old taxi driver of Chan San Road, Tamari, was apparently alerted of the police operation and quickly handed over his vehicle to the police at Tamari. It was a beige Spacio motorcar PPP 82, which he alleged was given to him to work taxi since last Thursday by a named individual who is in police custody. He, the taxi driver, is also in police custody. The vehicles are lodged at the Brigdam police station. Investigations are ongoing.
Thanks, Bibi, and welcome to the team. As of yesterday, the Georgetown City Council has sold 230 spots to persons who will be vending along the route of the Mashramani float parade. According to members of the council's MASH committee, there are over 600 spots remaining. Head of the council's MASH committee, Floyd Rollins, said the spots are being sold for prices ranging from $10,000 to $25,000, depending on the location. This year, the Mashramani Float Parade returns to Vlissingen Road. The parade will start in Thomaslands and end at Durban Park. The body of a Golden Grove man was found in a trench adjacent to the Nabakalis public road. Esther Sobers has more.
The body of 53-year-old Terrence James, called Doghan, of Golden Grove, East Coast, Damawara, was found yesterday afternoon in the Nabakalis public road trench. Police reports indicate that James was a known alcoholic in the village and was seen in a bar located close to where his body was found. Channel 2 understands that around 5 p.m. on Monday, James allegedly left the bar, and it was not until the following day, at around 2 p.m. Tuesday, his body was found floating face down in the Nabakalis trench. The gruesome discovery was made by a 49-year-old welder who reportedly came out of his yard located on the eastern side of the trench. The dead man's body was clad in a yellow jersey and a cream-colored three-quarter pants. He also had a red and black lunch bag hanging from his left shoulder. According to police, the body of the deceased was examined and no foul play is suspected, as his body bore no marks of violence. His body is currently at the Lichen Funeral Parlor awaiting a post-mortem. For Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. We have more news for you after the break. For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day. I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. GAU claims a recent trend of negative behavior in Berbice can be blamed on the recent sugar estate closures. Wendell Jeffrey has more in this report.
George, today, the GAU hosted a press conference at their office here on High Street. And the folks who spoke are painting a very dire picture as they predict what will happen in the sugar belt, especially for the factories that have just been closed.
One of my best friends, BCSR, from number 2 canal, commit suicide just because he and the wife problem overwork and no money coming in the house. He commit suicide just because he's closing down the wheels estate and he ain't getting no job, he ain't getting no money. So before the alternative, he got more than anybody, he commit suicide.
In our village, we depend on sugar. We, as a little girl we grew up in cutting cane, and there's no more cane cutting in our village. And our village have plenty crime and so going on, and we need jobs. If we could open back the industry, it will be very good for us.
My name is Michael Choto. I'm from Wales Estate, cane harvest for 28 years. Right now, I'm feeling it's a bad thing I'm going through right now because I got in 4 kids. Right now, I can't able to send them to school. Today is Valentine's Day. I even can't afford to buy a rose for my woman. You understand how shameful it looks?
Handouts can't help us. Donation and hampers is only for a time. How much the hamper the donation will be. You know, we need jobs. We need things, alternatives we can turn to. You know. So if they can reopen the estate, each home has at least 4 children going to school. So you check the amount of homes and the children that will be affected, or not who will be affected, who are affected by this. So we're just asking the government if they can rethink their decision, open back their estates until betterment can be done.
People are so frustrated, they are committing suicide. Because people are working, people are earning. This is the impact it's having on our life. It hurts me to know every morning I wake up and I can't go to work. I can't bring in an income. So all I'm asking if Mr. Granger and company can reconsider their decision to reopen the estate so the people can work and people's livelihood can get better.
George, as you have seen, the folks are saying they don't know where to turn, they don't know what to do. All their lives, all they have known about and all they have done is work with sugar. And so they're saying that except the government reopens the sugar factories, that things in the sugar belt will become worse and worse. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. A warden at the New Amsterdam prison is currently in police custody after being found with marijuana. Sources indicate that the warden was found to be in possession of over 500 grams of marijuana and 19 packs of cigarettes. The discovery was made yesterday afternoon at about 7:25 p.m. The Guyana police force mourns the death of one of their own. Esther Sobers gives us the details in this report.
An auto accident claimed the life of Inspector Ian Welsh. The accident reportedly occurred at 5:15 yesterday afternoon at Rattlesnake Hill Trail Road, Central Rupununi. Reports indicate that the ranks were on patrol when the vehicle experienced a blowout of its rear right wheel. The blowout reportedly caused the driver, Constable Lizandel North, to lose control of the vehicle. The truck rolled over twice before it came to a halt. Inspector Welsh was seated in the front of the vehicle, sustained several fatal head injuries. The driver and 3 other passengers in the vehicle survived the crash. They were all treated for minor injuries and are being kept for observations at the Lethem Regional Hospital. Inspector Welsh was also taken to the hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. Welsh of Rose Hall Town Quarantine Berbice joined the force on May 5, 1999. He was recently transferred from the unit in Berbice to one station in Lethem. Also, he was recently recognized by the force after being adjudged third-place winner of his quarterly essay competition. Investigations are ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
The Ministry of Education is developing ways to improve classroom instruction through the use of technology. Wendell Jeffrey was at the unveiling of the first smart room in the Caribbean and filed this report.
The National Grade 6 Assessment App was launched as an initiative by the government to increase test scores across the nation. However, the project had many significant contributors. Providing major technical support was Dr. Marcia Joy Thomas.
I'm the ICT coordinator for the Ministry of Education.
At the launch of the app on Monday, Dr. Joy Thomas was busy making sure that all the regions were live and in tune with what was happening in Georgetown.
No problem. No problem. Okay, good. Bye. Region 1, I can hear you.
Speaking at the launch of the app, the First Lady, Sandra Granger, said that Guyana should be proud of its technological achievements.
But this is something that we have to be very proud of in Guyana.
Dr. Joy Thomas said that the design is the first of its kind in the Caribbean and it will be accessible to every student in Guyana.
The Innovative Technology Unit designed the smart room. We used all the best practices we found in other smart rooms and tried to tailor it to suit Guyana. We are hoping to have master teachers teaching the smart room and students from all over Guyana joining the class.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Join us after the break for regional news, international news, and more.
This is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
the best Creole food in town? Come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. And we now take a look at the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, citizens are being urged to stay away from the Devil's Woodyard in Hindustan New Grant. This, as a mud volcano had erupted this morning for the first time in 23 years. C News reports.
Citizens are being urged to stay away from the Devil's Woodyard in Hindustan New Grant. This as a mud volcano erupted this morning, the first time in 23 years. According to reports, at around 4:30 a.m., there was an eruption over a 300 square foot area, and this caused mud and dirt to spew 6 to 8 feet high in some areas. Our cameraman Chade Tika Singh was there to capture the aftermath.
On Tuesday morning, residents of Hindustan Tableland in South Trinidad were awakened to loud rumbling noises from volcanic activity at Devil's Woodyard in New Grant. This hasn't happened since 1995. Reports say at around 4:30 a.m. there was an eruption of over 300 square foot and another at 8:52 a.m. During these occasions, mud and gas spewed several feet in the air. This resident, who lives 300 feet from the site, shared her experience.
This morning, around 4:30 this morning, we heard the rumbling sound. It was sounding like if you're hearing an aeroplane or something just taking off, and this big, heavy rumbling sound going, and it started going real loud and crackling, and it was really, really loud, and you're hearing it like if it was going down the road.
And while residents are being urged to evacuate the area, she said she isn't leaving.
I don't think we would be able to evacuate, but what happened, if we see any signs that is coming nearer to us, then we may have to. But at this moment, I don't think I'm seeing any dangers near our home.
The Devil's Woodyard is a recreational park, a nature site for tourists and locals alike. It will be closed until further notice.
We urging the public that if they do not obey the rules of the corporation, they will be at their own risk. If anything should happen, the Princeton Regional Corporation will not be responsible, because we are trying our best to inform the public that they should not be here at this time.
Members from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Fire Service, the Environmental Management Authority, the Princeton Disaster Management Unit, and senior disaster management coordinators were all on hand to assist. Monitoring of the site continues. Marie Hull, C News.
And internationally, in Tonga, the tiny Pacific island nation was recently hammered by Cyclone Gita. With winds gusting over 125 miles per hour, Cyclone Gita flattened the nation's parliament building, destroyed homes, and led to widespread flooding. NBC News reports.
We were very scared, too scared. Yeah, the kids were crying.
This is Parliament House. It is completely destroyed.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. Here's this week's bridge retraction schedule and today's foreign currency exchange rates. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Thursday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and have a wonderful and fun and safe and happy Valentine's Day.